Let me bang.
I do let you bang. Hey,
let me bang you, James, man.
I let you bang. I let you bang.
Greetings, nerds and virgins.
Go for Jesus. No forget Jesus, people.
Hey, I'm not surprised, motherfuckers.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time once again for your favorite mixed martial arts podcast. Recording out of Los Angeles, California, it's MMA Roasted with Adam Hunter.
Who the fuck is that guy?
Hey, what's up? Adam Hunter here. We got a great MMA Roasted podcast. It's me. I'm interviewing Matt Hughes, the legend Matt Hughes, as well as Devon Clark, badass UFC fighter, and a man who had a huge win last week, Chas Skelly. Can't wait. Enjoy the show. Tell everyone you know. What's up, Matt? You're like an hour early, but fuck it. How are you, man?
I'm good. Adam,
Yeah.
my theory is if I'm on time, I'm late.
All right. I'm here with the legend Matt Hughes, one of my favorite fighters of all time, one of the greatest fighters of all time. A legend in so many ways, man. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing good. I'm sorry, Adam, I don't talk like I used to.
That's probably a good thing, actually, because you said a lot of terrible things back. No, I'm kidding. You're one of my. Listen, man. Like you probably sound better than I do. Okay, and I didn't get hit by a train. You have better speech than I do. So there you go. What's a day?
I've had some good therapists.
You're doing a good job, man. So what's a day in the life of Matt Hughes right now? Like, tell me about your life.
I woke up this morning and I work for a township, so I went there and peddled around with some stuff. And I have 3 people. I work for the township, a guy that does gutters on houses, and a guy that trenches. So I just like working with my hands and being busy. A bad day for me is a day watching TV.
Gotcha. 100%, man. 100%. Now, man, you were so inspiring. I saw you at the MMA Awards. You made a speech, and you made me cry. I was legit crying, man. It was such a touching speech, and you're so damn inspiring, man. I just want to say, thank you for being so inspirational, Matt, for real.
It was okay. And that speech, I had my people with me very nervous because I wouldn't tell them what I was going to say. When you get an award like that, you just speak from the heart. So they thought I was going to dog on them bad. But as you know, I was a good boy.
Yeah, no, you were great, man. And your son just had his first fight, right?
He did.
How did he do?
He won. He says he's going to be better than me.
Yeah. Right.
So he's going to be a 10-time world champion.
Okay. Go ask. Hold on one sec. Hold on. Hey, Bree. Hold on one sec. Can you help Violet? I got it. All right, Bluey, right here. I got you. Hold on one sec. I got you. Play right here. All right, you're good. All right. Okay. Sorry, my kid's home from school sick, and she's watching Bluey on Netflix, and then Bluey just ended. So every 25 minutes, I have to go change that.
Set my timer.
Of course. Yeah, now, were you nervous for your son?
No, he's arrested like me. So, as you know, wrestlers get to pick where the fight spot at.
Yeah. Now, you weren't just a wrestler, man. You were a state champ. I was looking up stuff you in high school, man. In high school, you were 45-0 as a senior, 43-0 as a junior. You were a 2-time state champ at Illinois. Did anybody even come close?
I'm sure many people come close. I don't remember. I've got such a bad memory.
Really? You can't remember any of the high school matches, or what about college?
I can't. I'm just telling you. I ask me questions, I want to answer.
All right. Okay. Got it. I mean, you were also, I remember I was watching one of your fights where, Joe Rogan says you're a black belt, but you've never actually got a belt. Do you remember choking out Ricardo Almeida?
is a wrestling hold.
Yeah. What was that hold?
It was a front headlock that I twist around. Usually when I'm in college, I would just choke people till they gave me the 2 points. But with him, I just kept choking him out.
Did you ever do that like in practice, or was that something you just made up on the fly?
I've done it for years.
Yeah, I got it. Now, we had Pat Miltich on the show. Pat Miltich says back in the day, I talked to Ellenberger and guys that trained over there. It was a fight club. It was hard sparring every day. Was it? I mean, talk to me about how crazy the Pat Miltich days were.
On Wednesday night was our hard sparring, and Pat could have still taken us to watch us spar. We weren't big on headshots, but we're very big on body shots. So you always keep your right hand down and protected the liver shot.
Now, was Tim Sylvia a guy, when he walked in there, I heard everyone used to beat him up. Like, no one said this guy is the future champion. Did you used to beat up Tim Sylvia?
If we're on the ground, he was mine.
Now, how shocked were you when he finally became the UFC champion?
I couldn't believe it. That's the first time in my life I ever laid in bed and didn't go to sleep. I couldn't believe it because Pat was so much of a mentor.
I mean, were you happy for him, or did you and Tim get along?
We kind of did and didn't. He's a good guy, but one time he worked for a bar, so we had someone that needed some help in the gym, so they're going to pay someone like $2 more than he was going to pay at the gym, at the bar. And I was like, Tim, let someone from the gym earn that money, so the team gets more money than that. And he stopped his job and took that one and can't take me off. He wouldn't let someone else make some money.
Oh God! Now he says he's fighting again. You think this is a good idea?
What's the weight?
I don't know. I think he's like 350, right? He's a big dude, but he posted a picture of him at the gym. He's at like a 24-hour fitness, and he says the comeback. Do you think this is a good idea or no?
Nope. I've not been around him, but if I want a good laugh, I'm good tune in.
You think you could take Tim Sylvia now?
He come behind me last weekend, put me in a redneck joke when I wasn't looking. I got out. So
Tim Sylvia did that?
Yeah.
Wait, what a dick! I mean, this is about part of your therapy. He just came behind you.
I don't think he had good, but I got out.
You got out of it, even though, and he's 350 pounds, and you still got out of it?
Is it 350 or maybe 450? I couldn't tell.
That's hilarious, man. So, all right. So I read into, because I remember when you got hit by the train, there were all these rumors going around. You know, people with you in the car, this and that. All this shit went fine. You were by yourself. You were helping your neighbor put diesel into his tractor.
I was.
And then there was corn. You were like you're fucking Children of the Corn or something. There was like a huge corn. And you're driving your truck, and a fucking train comes.
There's no cross arms, and when you go to the rack, the track, when you look down when I turn to the side to look down the track, all I see is the passenger headrest, so it's just a bad angle.
And it's noon. You haven't been drinking. I mean, it's not like you're going back from the bar or anything. Just you're helping a neighbor out. And then all of a sudden now, next thing you know, you get helicoptered out. You're in a coma for 19 days.
I don't remember any of that. The next day I wake up, I'm in a hospital room, scratch my head, why am I here?
Jesus Christ. But then you're so damn tough. I mean, so they told you're probably not going to walk. You're probably not going to, your brain's, I mean, you got brain bleeding. It's over for you. And you're just said, fuck it. No way.
They put me on therapy, and I just kept doing therapy and kept getting better. So doctors might be smart people, but sometimes they're just, I'm a Christian, so I think God has had me in his hands since the train wreck.
Man, I mean, and now I see you like on the mat. Now, has Khabib contacted you about joining Eagle FC to fight some guy from Dagestan? Because they're taking these legends and they're putting up against guys that are 20-0. Nobody's contacted you, right?
Not yet, but give him my phone number.
No, I am not. No way. There's no way I'm gonna do that.
Give me my phone number. Are you gonna film my rap next time I see you?
Oh my God. The funniest thing was when we did that. I did a show for you were with BJ Penn in the front row, and I was like, "Oh, Matt Hughes is here." I didn't recognize you without BJ's nuts in your mouth, and I just started talking about how you dated your sister, all this stuff. You wrote me the longest text the next day going, normally when a guy tells me that I have BJ Penn's nuts in my mouth and I bang my sister, I'd be very upset. However, I found it funny. It was like, that was the greatest text I ever got. So thank you.
You caught me in a good mood there.
Oh, thank God I did that. Thank God. Now, what have you realized? Are you, because I remember you saying that in your speech that you're happier now than you were before the accident, that you're appreciative now, that you look at life differently. I mean, is this true?
It is. It's all about the small things. My tub is a tub with a probably footstep to get out in the bathroom. I'm just so happy I can step that step and not touch the wall, because before Simpson I couldn't go downstairs without holding a handrail, and now it's the small things. Like yesterday I went up to my house. My house has like 4 steps in front of it. I went up to my house without touching the handrail and opened my door, and it's just all about the small things now.
The good thing is no more bar fights too, which is probably good, because there was a rumor that you were like kicking everyone's ass at bars in where you live. That they were like the Hughes brothers would go out, you get a couple drinks in you, and who's dumb enough to try to fight you in a bar?
And these are I mean, this says how nature says danger. One is an eagle with claws, other is a bear with claws, and then a rattlesnake, and the four pictures are and wrestler's ears. So
yeah, seriously. I mean, you got to be the biggest moron to see Matt Hughes at a bar drinking. I mean, hey Matt, big fan, man. Keep it up. That's all I would say. Hey man, when's your next fight? Good luck, man. Kick some. Like, why would anyone?
I don't know, but those were the good old days.
Those are the good old days.
Now I don't drink at all, so they sell alcohol kills brain cells. I need to keep all I have.
Yeah, right. You got it right. The more sober you are, the better. Now, so yeah, you had so many great fights. What fight are you most proud of yourself for?
To come to mind, mock Sakurai, because the commentator said I was going to lose the whole time, and I really kicked his ass from start to finish. And the second is Ricardo Amanda. I put a black belt to sleep. They're supposed to have kicked my ass, and that was awesome. When I left, he was sleeping on the ground. That was amazing. Now, the first GSP fight, when you beat GSP, he rocked you a little bit. He got a couple good kicks. Did you realize that this guy was going to be one of the best ever, if not the best ever? No, he at the time, he was my competitor, so I just trying to figure out my way to win. Yeah. Now, Frank Trigg, you guys had a long history, right? At one point, you were holding up pictures of him naked. He was in Playgirl magazine, and you're like, do you kind of regret doing that? I know, or no? No, I'm just glad he's such a cheater. He made our fight famous. He did make it, and dude, that fight still bothers him. And Frank's a good guy. He's happy. Both of you guys are great guys. I think in a different universe, or if you were in different weight classes, you guys would have got along really well. But it was a great rivalry. I mean, Dana White says that's still his favorite fight ever to watch, which is awesome. What was it about? It's crazy because you're regarded, I'd say, top, maybe the best of all time, maybe second best of all time. I mean, you're right there. And then there was one guy, Dennis Hallman. What was it about Dennis Hallman? He beat you 3 times in under a minute. Two times. Twice. What was it about Dennis Hallman that you just couldn't figure out? I think he was my third professional fight. So he caught me the first fight when I didn't know anything, and then he was so sick the second fight. He got me. So his technique overcame my power.
Right, but hey, man, look, everyone has that one guy that just like and then your BJ Penn fight was awesome. I mean, the second one obviously was amazing. And then I didn't know you did Abu Dhabi, and you did really well in Abu Dhabi, but you lost to Tito, right? How did that happen?
He cheated.
How did Tito Ortiz? Well, how are you guys at the same weight class?
They bumped me up and wouldn't let me go down.
Okay.
I thought I could beat Tito in a wrestling match, but I was in on leg and we went out of bounds. We went back in bounds. I didn't get the leg, and he knew where I was. He asked him if he cheated. He said yes.
So he cheated you at Abu Dhabi. Was he kind of a dick about it, or was he cool about it?
I don't care.
Now, did you and Tito get along?
We did at the time.
Nice. Now, what happened with Colby Covington? Because I asked Colby, I said, why'd you make that thing about Matt Hughes, the joke about him? He said he took you to the White House the week before. And he took you to the White House, and then so because he took you to the White House, he could make fun of you. Is that? Did you what did you Dan Lambert tell you that was going to happen?
No, but I don't care. I got thick skin because I plan on teasing people, so I need to learn how to be teased myself.
Wow, you're a good sport, man. I was like, because Colby won that fight. I'm like, okay, what could he possibly say to piss everybody off? And he said the one thing that I'm like, oh my God, even like I'm a comedian, and I'm like, I wouldn't go near that. Like, I was like, he has to be friends with Matt Hughes. Like, you got to be, because I'm like, Matt has to be cool with that. But did you call him up afterwards, or you no?
No, I get thick skin because I'm a teaser myself.
Damn. All right. So listen. So you're not drinking. You're working out every day. You're helping your kid. You're coaching. You have a job at a library or something. What are you doing?
Nice try. I got 3 jobs, but right now with the winter, I don't have much to do. Just no one's working with their hands.
Got it. Now, did you? I heard you sued the train company. Did you win the lawsuit?
It's still in process.
Now you're gonna get $1 billion if you win, right? I mean, you got to be getting like $1 jillion.
Is it just always more than $1 billion?
Oh my! All right. Now, can I get some of it? Some of it, just for nothing? Because
I tell you what, Adam, come to my house. I'll let you look through my couch.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that, man. I just want to hold some of the belts. Well, listen, Matt Hughes, you're one of my favorite people. I honestly can't tell you how inspiring you are. Like every time that I look at him, I'm like, oh man, I'm having a bad day, or I'm having this, or man, fucking, I can't believe I didn't get that audition, or some stupid thing. I only got 5 hours of sleep. Like I think about like what you do and your struggle and how you keep going. It is not even like beyond. It's inspiring to the nth power, man. So thank you.
I'm just a normal person. I wish more people saw me that way, because that's how I see myself when I look in the mirror.
You're not a normal person who doesn't win the States twice, become an All-American twice, win the UFC belt, what, 6 times? How many times?
9.
9-time world champion, Abu Dhabi champion, gets hit by a train. They tell everyone that he's going to die or he's going to be in a coma, and a year later you're taking Instagram, you're fucking squatting weights. Like you fucking squat more at everybody than I've ever squatted in my life. Okay, you're not a normal person. You're
Adam. I don't see that as a big compliment to squat more than you.
Well, thank you, Matt Hughes. I hope you have enjoyed the rest of your day, and freaking love you, man.
Anything else? Just shoot me a text or call Adam. Thanks everyone for tuning into me.
No problem. Thanks, man. I appreciate it, man.
Yes.
Take care. All right, I'm here with Chas Skelly. Let me close the door so I can get your full attention. Very professional here. Watching his fight right now. Dude, that knee was amazing. I didn't even know you knew how to use knees. Is that the first time you landed a knee in a fight?
No. I mean, I've almost been disqualified from 2 fights for landing knees.
All right. But legal knees.
Yeah, first time I've ever thrown a completely legal knee in a fight, probably.
Now, what were those things on your back? It looks like John Dodson's feet or something. Like what what did you have on your back? Cupping? What was that?
Yeah, it was just some cupping. Like I don't ever do cupping, but I went to the PI and they decided to fucking do it on my lower back on the week of the fight, so that's what I did. I had a little tightness in my lower back, so they did some cupping. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of it, to be honest.
Is that because you're afraid to go like a regular massage because the girl might want to give you a happy ending and then it might be kind of awkward? Is that what happens sometimes?
There's absolutely nothing wrong with getting a happy ending after a massage. I think it's all part of the relaxation process.
Nice. Tell my wife that because she does not agree with that. I tried to make that. So, by the way, congrats on your big win. A lot of times when people announce they're going to retire afterwards, they kind of phone it in or they go crazy and like it becomes an exciting fight, but they end up losing like kind of a dumb, exciting fight. But you looked better than you ever have almost. I mean, that was amazing.
Part of it could have had to do with the opponent, just the stylistic matchup. I think it was kind of a tailor-made matchup for me. I feel like I'm a little better than him in all aspects. But I trained my ass off. I wanted to go out on my terms. I want to go out with a win. So, I worked as hard as I possibly could. I didn't leave anything on the table, and the game plan just worked out the way we planned.
It was amazing. You did, and then though I read the judges gave him the first round.
Yeah.
I'm like, where? I mean, you bullied him against the fence. You hit him, and then you took him down and controlled the second half of the first round. Like, what kind of judge gave him the first round?
I don't know. I think that's something in MMA that needs to be addressed, like pretty severely. If you are a judge watching that fight, and I'm not saying this because it's me, I went back and I watched the fight again. If you're a judge watching that fight and you scored that for him, you should not be a judge in MMA.
100%. I mean, there was nobody that could watch that first round that I know that be like, oh, he won the first. Like, where did he win the first round?
Yeah, nowhere. Even when he had me pressed against the cage, I was just throwing short knees to his liver there. I landed several good little knees to his liver. They were hard, and he didn't really land anything to me. He threw a few pitter-patter punches, but really it was I controlled the entire first round. I don't know where they could possibly give it to him. I mean, it was in Vegas. Maybe they're betters.
It made no sense. Now you came in with a lead elbow too. Was that something that you normally do?
I hurt my hand, and so my plan in the fight was to end every combination with the left hook. Because he's been dropped in several different fights with left hooks. He drops his right hand pretty bad, and I hurt my hand, and so I saw him. I threw like a short uppercut in the exchange before, and I saw him kind of pop his head up and stand right in front of me. So I just feinted a jab and threw the up elbow, and it landed. I mean, it's something I've tried in a couple of other fights to throw that up elbow, and never landed it. And then so it just happened to land. Yeah. I
mean, you looked amazing. Afterwards, people were like, "Why is he retiring?" It looked like you're just hitting your peak right now. But it was funny though. Afterwards, you were like, "I'm gonna make some real money and go into roofing." And I was like, "Dude, what? Is that what you like? You just won a big UFC fight, and I'm gonna make some real money." And then there was a picture of you and Dana hugging afterwards. Did Dana say to you, "Hey, man, try not to tell everyone you're not making any money and that you want to go into roofing"? Did he? mention
No,
that?
I mean, to be honest, I'm not making terrible money in MMA. I mean, I've been with the company since 2014. Unfortunately, I've only had like 13, 14 fights. I mean, I haven't fought a ton due to injuries, and per fight, I'm not making terrible money. If I win, I'm making pretty good money. It's just, my body's not holding up well. I can't stay healthy. I go into these camps, and when you put finances towards a camp and you make it 6 weeks into the camp and then have to pull out of the fight. I mean, that's a lot. That's a drain on your family. It's a drain on yourself, emotionally, physically. financially, especially. And so I found myself having to pick up another job with the gym, which is something I never wanted to have to do, but I like to focus my entire attention on what I'm doing, and so I'm not complaining. I'm not saying I'm not making good money doing this, but I am saying that I do believe I'll make a little better money roofing, selling roofs, and it's a little easier on my body.
Did anybody hit you up afterwards for a roof?
Yeah. I got some hits on social media. So we'll see. I'll go out and do the inspections and hopefully slang some roofs, Now
my McCorkle, who usually co-hosts, he said he used to be a roofer. He had a company. He said it was the worst because people get there, they give you half the deposit, you build their roof, and then they don't pay you. Have you run into that yet?
No, I mean, when you do, say we go and we do a re-roof, it's through the insurance. So all they're paying is the deductible, and their premium can't go up because it's a act of God or natural causes. So no, don't really run into that per se. Now when he's talking specifically on new construction and cash jobs, and you can run into that, and our company has run into that. As a matter of fact, we're still not me personally, but Bryce, the owner of the company, is still dealing with being stiffed on a really, really big job. So yeah, I mean, it's
well, he said he had the Mexicans that he hired come and take the roof off. And then
hey, I mean, you need to pay.
So he said that he was gonna end up murdering somebody, so he left the business. Now, is it your company? Did you start a roofing company?
No. So I coached a couple kids since they were 5 and 7 years old wrestling. Bryce and Barrick Bassinger, their father has owned several businesses, and he's always employed me throughout college and coaching them and throughout college, and they've just become my family, like extended family. And Ray and Bryce started the company a few years back, and they just blew up, we're across the US, and do big commercial and residential jobs. So it is like a family business. I consider them family. So I know I didn't start.
So you're hyping. It seemed like I'm like, dude, how the fuck did he start a roofing company? How does he know how to do that? So you work for a company, and eventually it'd probably be your company, or you might start your own company or something.
Well, I mean, it's I have no ambitions to take over the company. I do have ambitions to have a commercial sales team, underneath me. I'm more of a sales guy. That's what I like. I feel like doing something like sell. There's a lot of money. The margins are really, really good, to be honest. And it's less of a headache to sell roofs and manage a team under you than it is to own the company. And the money is not bad. So I'm good with selling.
What's up, people? Football might be over for the season, but basketball is in full steam for both pro and college hoops. From the latest odds, totals, player performance props, to where the next fired coach is going to land, BetOnline is the #1 spot for all your sports betting needs. Now head over to their website or use your mobile device to sign up today and receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Just use promo code CLNS50 to get started. It's not just basketball. BetOnline is your source for hockey, boxing, and UFC odds, right to the Olympic coverage. And it's the best in the business, okay? From sports right down to your favorite Vegas casino games, BetOnline is your #1 online wagering destination. BetOnline, the fastest and easiest way to wager on all your favorite sports and play your favorite games. BetOnline, where the game starts. Now, you're very inspiring because, your fights are amazing. You always have heart. It's always a fight. Also, you have, the worst dad bod. And you are skinny fat, which is awesome because, that's what that is. Now, could you make 125 if you cut weight? Because it looked like you don't even have, an ab. It's just like a belly. How much weight did you put back on before that fight?
I mean, I'm actually pretty big. When I fill out, if I were to lift, I get pretty big. I got a big frame. I'm wide. So when you see me standing next to a 185 pounder, my shoulders and my upper body are the same size.
Right.
I just got skinny legs and a little dick, so it's, I can make 145, but I walk around generally about 175, 180. I fight at 45, and that's really my rock bottom. I couldn't go any lower. I mean, the weight cuts are brutal for me. So, I've got a weird shape to me, like SpongeBob SquarePants or something. I'm got skinny little legs, broad shoulders, real square. But I always think the funnest thing for me to do is after my fights, fight week, I like to go back through Twitter or whatever, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and look at the funniest things that people say about me and my body. I always find it entertaining. I think it's funny. I make fun of, I talk a lot of shit. I make fun of people a lot. And so I don't mind people ragging.
I remember you came to my comedy show with your girl, and you told me you wanted to go into comedy. You were in like a sketch troupe or something, right?
Yeah. I actually would love to go into comedy. I haven't put the time into it that I think it would take to be good or successful, but it is something on my bucket list. It is something that I really, really want to try. I don't know that I'll be good at it. I don't know that my delivery is great, but I love telling jokes.
Hey man, it's like me saying, look, I want to be a black belt, but I don't ever want to tap. It's like, well, you're never going to be a black belt if you're not. No, I just want to. I don't know if I'll be good or not, but I just want to submit people. It's like you have to just try it, fail, and eventually you get really good.
And I will. I absolutely will give it a shot. It's kind of one of those things. That's probably the reason that I haven't done it and gone to like some open mic nights or something at least, and put myself out there, is because failure is like, it just drives me so much. Like, I know I'm going to get up there and bomb a couple times, and then I know I'm going to be like, I have to get better. I have to keep putting time into this.
Like roast battle, people are like, we want to do roast battle. I'm like, because I'll obsess over it. I know. Yeah. I will think of nothing but it. I'm like, I got a daughter and a wife and a fucking mortgage, and I'm trying to get everything done. This is the only thing I will think about. That's like, it's even when I coach kids wrestling. I'm like, I got 400 things going on. I'm worried about, like, oh, I hope this kid remembers to pick bottom or whatever it is. I'm like, roll. I'm like, that's what makes people great, though, is that they actually care about shit.
I was gonna say. That's one thing that's really, really cool about you. That I love watching your following your stuff, because, you coach the team and stuff and giving back to the wrestling community. That's something I'm going to also do. It does take more time. It takes time, but go back to Azle, where I'm from. Azle's big wrestling town now. Montana De La Rosa is also from there. And it's it used to be a small country town. It's developed a little bit. Fort Worth's developed a lot since I got out of high school, but, her daughter's going to be a stud, Zaylin, or she is a stud. And I'm going to give back to the wrestling community too. So I commend you on that. That's awesome.
Best, bro. It's like, as much as I do it for other people, it's also for, like, keeps me young. It keeps me laughing. It also like, I get more nervous sometimes for the kids than I do my own matches. I get more excited for them when they win than like when I used to win. Cause I expect, with them, I'm, and it's like, it's like, you can't put a price on it. There's certain things you just can't put a price on. That's why I do it. By the way, we had Matt Hughes on earlier,
nice.
Who's like doing really well. I was telling him, I'm like, man, I can't believe how much you could bench more than me right now. And he's like, that's not an accomplishment, Adam.
What a dick.
he got hit by. I'm like, dude, you speak better than me, and I didn't get hit by a train. So he was actually, yeah.
It's kind of funny. When I was with Team Takedown, Matt Hughes came into town. I think he came in to just do a little working out with Johnny Hendricks. And he came into town, and, I really wanted to grapple with him, but I heard him talking about, he's like, man, it just sucks because, when you come into a gym and you want to just like roll with people and stuff, and all these guys, they try and just go at you because you're Matt Hughes, and I was just like, yeah, that does suck. Now I don't even want to ask him to grapple.
That's like when these guys that I helped set up this military tour back in the day with fighters, and then every base they'd be like, they would roll with the people, and everybody be like, oh, I'm a white belt, and it was a purple belt, a brown belt. They would all try to tap the UFC guy and say that he wasn't like a fighter. And it was every base they had some fucking guy that said, was like an all-American wrestler in college that said he never grappled before, kind of thing. But your last fight, by the way, was the craziest shit. Wasn't the fight, not the fight. Like, you walk into the octagon.
Oh, yeah.
You think you're going to fight. Like, you're all ready, and the guy doesn't show up. You got ghosted in an MMA.
Yeah.
Like, what happened? Who like dropped the ball there?
Well, he had back spasms while he was warming up. So he was supposed to walk out first. I was supposed to walk out second. I was the red corner. And I knew I was walking out after him because red corner always goes second. And so I'm waiting back there backstage, and they came back and they said, oh, yeah, a couple minutes, two and a half minutes, you'll be going out. And then they immediately came back and they said, oh, you're going out. I was like, okay, whatever. So I walk out. I walk past his dressing room, which is right next to mine, his locker room. And I look in there and I see him laying on the ground screaming. And I thought maybe he was just pumping himself up, or, I don't know. Everybody's got something different. Whatever. I don't know what people are going through mentally. I stay calm. I sleep. I get up. I stretch. I warm up. I relax some more, and then I go fight. I don't get myself worked up. That's wasted energy. I don't like the nervous energy, And but a lot of people love that. I go out there and they play my music, and I get in the cage. I'm like, fuck, I was supposed to walk out second for sure. And then they start playing my music again. And I was like, oh, there's something going on. So I look behind me and I see the commission come out, and you guys just like, we're not. I was just like, fuck.
Well, I mean, but at that point, is there a kind of like a relief at all of like, you're going to get paid, you don't have to actually get hurt, or are you pissed because you really wanted to fight?
For me, it was a little different with that one because I had just came off of a surgery, and it was a long camp. It was long, and I started the camp at like 195, way out of shape, just off of the surgery, a major surgery. And I was really excited for the fight. I knew that the people that support me wanted to watch me fight, so it was kind of one of those things. And I had trained with the guy before. I knew him. I trained with him. So I was pretty upset about it initially, and then my mind just switched immediately to, well, I need to make sure I get paid,
Yeah. Which you did.
Yeah, yeah.
And then when you were in the back singing, you started singing Tenacious D about you just want to fuck her, this and that. Like at that point, I'm like, this guy lost his mind. He's probably one of those nights where you just like, everything goes wrong and you're like, fuck it, I'm going to have fun. Is that what happened?
Oh, yeah. I mean, for me, honestly, I try and I like to have a good time. So that's probably part of the reason I get hurt so much. But, my life is I like to enjoy my life. I like to enjoy myself and crack up and have a good time. And so they just asked me, what are your plans, now? Like, what's your deal? And I said, well, my plans are to get drunk and sing some karaoke. That sounds like a good time. They're like, what are you going to sing? So, well,
oh my God. They didn't show that part. They just showed Chas Skelly on ESPN, and it just had you singing, and it was like the funniest thing I've ever seen. Don Fry was like, why are they letting him do this? Like he was.
Hey, I saw so many people hating on, just like, this is cringy. I hate this guy. It's just like,
I loved it. I thought people didn't know the song. I didn't know the song. I didn't know it. But then I'm like, once people said, "Oh, this is Tenacious D," I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense. He's probably a Tenacious D fan. He's kind of an alternative comedy guy. He likes weird, awkward shit. He probably flipped out. He made weight. He's like, you know what? I might as well make the best of this.
That's pretty much. I mean, yeah. I mean, that was a lot. That was pretty much it. It was like, might as well have some fun. I mean,
it got like 1 million hits or something. Like,
yeah. I mean, evidently didn't do too bad. I should have got a performance bonus.
You should have. Did Jack Black reach out to you, or anybody reach out to you?
No, he was probably like, "Who the fuck is this guy? This guy's terrible."
I actually met Jack Black. I was on Jimmy Kimmel Live. I did a sketch with him where he was like a demon slayer in some video game. So he dressed me up as like a demon. And then he's like, I see demons. And I was in the crowd. And he like beat me up. But he was like very like, are you okay? Everything. Like, he was very, very nice as far as like, he was a really, really nice guy. So
I was going to say, he is somebody that I would really love to meet. He's because I do love comedy, that's like my genre of like movies and music, and I love stand up. So comedy's like kind of my thing. And Jack Black is one one of those guys I think would just be hilarious, in real life.
Well, listen, I have a show on Fight Pass now, UFC Comedy Jam, where fighters tell jokes. The first one we had Cejudo on, we had Dean, we had Chael. I'm working on the next one, trying to get a whole season out of it. So I'd love to have you on one of them.
I'll do it. Yeah. Just give me a little time. I'll get something going, and I would love to do it. Absolutely.
Now, when you were training over at used to be Black Zillions, is it Black Zillions again?
No, it's Sanford MMA. So Black Zillions, dispersed and then Sanford MMA was formed through Henry.
Were some of your training partners, like, did you train with Chandler?
Yeah. Yep. Chandler, Michael Johnson.
How good is Chandler?
Chandler's good, man. Chandler's good. He's a very dedicated athlete. There's a lot of different personalities and types of athlete in this sport. Sometimes you got just the naturally talented. Sometimes you got the strong-willed and the guy, and then you got the lazy guys that just are they're talented but they're lazy. Chandler, I feel like, is one of those guys that has a little bit everything. He's got the work ethic. He's got a great mind about him. He works hard and he is naturally gifted. So Chandler's he's a good dude. Good athlete.
Ferguson, right? Tony Ferguson.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
I think that's a bad fight for Tony right now. I mean, based on his last couple fights, now there's a guy that trains at your gym that is one of my favorite fighters, but I don't know what's going on with him. Caldwell, Darian Caldwell. He's such a good wrestler, and there are times looks like a world beater, and then his last fight, he seemed to just gassed out. He was just out and kind of mentally quit. Have you talked to him about that? Did you train with him before that?
No, I haven't talked to him about it. I feel like the way that I am is, he knows. He knows that it wasn't a great performance for me. He looked awesome. He looked awesome in the fight. He was beating the fuck out of him. And then, just a short mental lapse. And he did gas out. His body probably gave up on him a little bit. I don't know. Maybe his weight cut didn't go the way he planned or something. But something gave out. Something gave. And unfortunately, he lost the fight. I love Caldwell.
Yeah, me too.
I've gone with him quite a bit in the room. And he's a great dude. He's a really good guy. Just a naturally gifted, just freak of nature. And he works hard too. I don't know what went wrong there. But I haven't talked to him about it because the way that I am is when I lose, I don't want a bunch of people calling me and texting me, telling me good job. And you could have, you did great. For me, I want to deal with it myself. I want to internalize it and so I don't do that to other people. I don't. Yeah.
Yeah, no, 100%. I think so also. We got Devon Clark here. Do you guys know each other?
Not personally. I've watched, of course, all of his fights.
Yeah. This is Chas Skelly. I think Devon Clark. But Chas, listen, man. Thank you for coming on the show. You are the man. Hopefully you're not retired because that was stupid. Don't retire. I mean, after that performance, come on, man. There's nothing about what happened last week that says you should retire. I don't know. But at the same time, obviously you're the one who knows that. But
yeah, we'll see what happens. I said if they offered me something interesting and I could stay healthy, then I would consider it. I just at this point, just with the way my body's been holding up throughout training, it's better for me just to at least look forward and prepare for the future and put my everything into that. And if it comes full circle back around to fighting, then I'll get ready and take a fight if that's what's in the cards. But
got it.
For now, I'm gonna focus on solidifying a different future, different path for myself.
Nice. Well, thank you, Chas, and have a good day.
Hey, thanks, man. I really appreciate it. Like always. It's always a good interview with you.
Anytime, brother. Take care.
All right. Bye.
All right. So we got my man, Devon Clark. How you doing, buddy?
Yo, doing good. How are you?
Good. I've watched a bunch of your fights, man. You're a monster. You're obviously. I don't think I've ever seen there's people that are athletes, and then there's fighters, and there are people that are both. I would say you're both. And I say this because your last fight, you got your teeth knocked out. Literally all your teeth got knocked out. And then you came out swinging in the third round. It was
Yeah.
It was amazing. I mean, I felt terrible. Don't get me wrong, but what happened?
Well, yeah, that's one thing that I have down good is being tough. I have to work on a few of the other things, a little more technical and shit like that. But yeah, I'm definitely tough. No, he got caught with a knee, and my mouth was open a little bit, so it pushed those 3 teeth back along with the gum line, so it broke like that gum line or whatever. But in between second and third round, my dad, he didn't really see. I showed him my mouth, and he didn't really see what was going on. And everybody kind of got the gist, like, all right, suck it up, keep going. And that's kind of what I got too. So I'm like, all right, surgery anyways. I thought for sure that I was going to have surgery. But no, after the fight, went to the ER. They gave me some good drugs, so I was feeling good. They just pulled them back into place.
Oh,
and
wow.
then anchored them with a wire to the other teeth that were still good.
Now, okay, because like in South Dakota, you probably fit in better. If you have your teeth going all different directions, like a couple missing, you probably like.
Yeah, we got good teeth up here.
Oh, okay, good. I'm just saying that, But yeah,
not Mississippi here.
Not Mississippi. Got it.
Yeah.
Did the UFC take care of it? Did they take care of it?
Absolutely.
Oh,
yeah.
good.
Yeah. Thank goodness, because like I got a bill from the ER on accident. They always send it to me on accident. I don't know why. But one of them was like $15,000. Just because this is the second time that's happened to me. I go in there after a fight and they treat it as a level 1, which is like he might die. Which then obviously right away they figure out I'm not dying. So then it's not actually a level 1, but they still charge you for a level 1.
Wow, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that fight against Kudalaba, you were doing great, and then you got hit in the back of the head. You're so good at like getting away that you end up showing the guy the back of your head. You're like too quick. You got to slow down when you. Did you know where? Yeah. Did you know where you were afterwards, or was it everything was the whole room on its side, or?
Yeah, I didn't know that happened until after the fight.
Really?
Like it flash knocked me out, and I woke up and like. I guess I thought I got taken down, but I had no idea that I got dropped like that. I just kept fighting. I knew I was hurt, but I didn't know what was going on. I thought I broke my ankle, is what I thought, because when I got dropped, I rolled over it, and I thought for sure, shit, my ankle's broken. That's the first thing I said when I went to my corner after the first round. Like, my ankle's broken, and they're like, "Fuck that!" Like, all right, I didn't know I had.
Your dad is so loud and sounds like Mustafa. Mustafa from The Lion King. Was that your whole life, like wrestling matches? Was he like the loud dad that was screaming?
Oh yeah, he took pride in it. Yeah, even at like football games, and of course, he didn't like the coaches and stuff like that because he thought I was being mistreated, which I was a little bit. But so he would sit on the other side, like with the visitor side, and like in the corner, but you could still hear him all the way across the field. He just has a voice that carries,
Oh man, and was that hard for you? Because me and my dad are very close. He was my manager for a while, and sometimes I'm just like, I would say things to him that I wouldn't say to a real manager or another manager, and like, is it hard? Oh, yeah. I was coaching a kid one time, and his dad said like, pin him, and the kid goes, "Shut up, Dad!" Like during a match, he told his dad to shut up. Has that ever sometimes like, is it hard for you sometimes to have your father?
Oh yeah, absolutely, all the time. And we butt heads, but it's like, it's one of those things, in being sometimes I feel like I'm still 13 years old, and he's telling me to do something, and I feel like I have to argue with him for whatever reason. And sometimes it's hard for me to actually believe what he's saying, but I still haven't found a time that he hasn't been right. So, hence why he's still in my corner and stuff like that. He's not the most technical coach, obviously. But there's meaning behind everything he says, and there's been times where it has helped me win fights and stuff like that. So it's a good relationship, whether I always like it or not. I think it was before the Alonzo Menningfield fight. It was before weigh-ins. It was day of weigh-ins, right before weigh-ins. I was cutting weights. I was like crabby. He comes into the hotel room because they have like the workout rooms and stuff for you. So he comes in the hotel room and he's on the phone, like on Skype or like video timing somebody or FaceTiming somebody. And he's like, "Oh, say hi to everyone. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. And like just the tone I said it, and then, you know, him being dad, he's like, fuck that. He's like, you're not gonna talk to me like that. He threw the phone, he got in my face, I got in his face, and had Coach Winklejohn and Coach Chad Smith in the room. They're just like, let it happen. Like, let him go. Like,
would they coach
so,
you
like,
if you fought your dad? Would they probably coach you in that fight, right? If you versus your dad?
I guess they just stood quietly, like, you know. And I was at that point, which I've never gotten my dad's face, even though I just take it. But I've never gotten into his face. But I did that day because, you know, it was weight cut day, and I was feeling myself. I'm getting ready for a fight. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm fearless. So I get in his face, and like I see his hand balled up like this, and to this day he'll be like, "Nah, I wasn't gonna hit you. I would never hit you. Who do you think I am? I would never hit you." I'm like, your hand was clenched. You were ready, and I was ready to just like duck under it and put him in like a fucking like a headlock. But it didn't go to that. So then he leaves the room, and I keep going. I'm hitting mitts, you know, kind of cut weight, and I'm sweating and everything. We have maybe like an hour before weigh-ins. And so 5 minutes, he comes back in the room. All right, let's go. That's what I'm fucking talking about. Let's go. That's the attitude we need.
That's a good dad right there. I mean, he was the bigger man. He just said, you know what? I was wrong. My kid probably just cut 30 pounds. He's fucking amped up.
No, that's not how he was thinking at all. It was, in his mind, that's what I needed to get me going.
Oh, come on. To fight your own father? All right, your dad's a psychopath. I take it back. That's crazy. That's insane.
It works, you know?
Yeah, that was a great fight. Alonzo fight. I mean, he hit you a couple times, and normally he puts people out. And you survived it and then won and took him down. Was that one of the hardest you've been hit was by Alonzo Menafield?
Yeah, I wouldn't say the hardest, but it did the most damage. You know, because it was like he didn't load up or nothing. He just went, whoop, and it broke my orbital. So it was the most damage that a punch had caused me. But yeah, it was kind of a surreal deal because I knew, because I usually don't take a whole lot of damage. I'm not quite a scrapper, you know, with my wrestling and stuff like that. I don't take a whole lot of damage from just like punches. So I've never really had a clean black eye.
Yeah.
So when I was in the fight, I thought it was just a black eye. I'm like, okay, this is normal. Okay, we're in a dog fight now. I had no idea that it was, you know, could be in a broken orbital or anything like that.
Oh.
So I thought it was normal.
Alonzo's got like superhuman strength. That dude, I mean, you know, NFL, he was almost in the NFL, college football player, monster of a guy. I think he was undefeated before you. You were his first loss.
Yep.
And you had a smart strategy because everyone else was like, you go punch for punch, and you just like tire this guy out. Sometimes, like, I was watching a bunch of your fights, man, that were like the one fight you had where you knocked the dude down, like I think we're against Rakic,
yeah.
Where you came out, you were like he was like a minus 600 favorite, and you came out swinging, like, and had him hurt twice, and they almost stopped it, and then he came back and won. I mean, I was so pissed because that was a brilliant strategy, but like, damn, that was crazy.
It was, you know, I still hate watching that fight. I love watching it because, you know, I almost got a knockout, and I haven't got a knockout yet in the UFC, but that was really close. And, you know, they were using a local ref, and I don't want to blame it on the ref or nothing, but he should have stopped the fight either way. Because the second time I dropped him, I got him in like a front headlock position, and I hit him with like, I think 7 or 8 unanswered knees.
Some of them were illegal.
No, I hit him with like 13 or 14.
Yeah.
And but about 6 or 7 of them were clean, and he told me after the fight that he was out. He woke up and he was in the front headlock position. Like when he went to his hands. Yeah. You know, he was actually out.
Right. That's why he was out. Got it. That makes sense.
I was kind of holding him up and, you know, shit like that. But either way, the ref should have stopped because they were illegal knees, you know.
Right.
I didn't know that. But the ref, I don't know what he was looking at. Because either way, it should have been stopped. So, yeah.
No, you've had so many wars, man. The Anthony Smith fight, that just surprised you? He went for the takedown?
Yeah, a little bit. I was pretty off that fight. yeah, it was kind of a weird feeling stepping into that. I don't know if it was, main event. It just, I don't know, something felt off. So then like we ended up on the ground, which is fine by me. But it's like I forgot that he was a goddamn black belt, and I wasn't thinking jiu-jitsu. I was like wrestle, control, like whatever, and like not thinking about how on guard I have to be with him being a nifty black belt with his triangles and shit like that. And he was really good at that triangle. That was really slick. So I mean, props to him. That's that. He's got that knowledge.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, you've been in so many fights that I forget you're only, 31, 32?
31.
I mean, your fight against Daquan Townsend, that was in Brazil, right?
No, I was in, Albuquerque.
Oh, that was in Albuquerque. That was, yeah, same thing. That was awesome. I mean, you just, your fight against Darko was awesome. The Ryan Spann fight, that was a great fight. And then just, the wrong end of it. I mean, you had Jake Collier, who's now killing it as like a heavyweight.
Yeah, he got big.
I mean, you've had so many great fights. But now I was looking at some of your background. You grew up in South Dakota. Your dad started you wrestling and boxing at 7?
Actually, my dad started me boxing because he met the boxing coach at the bar one night. I was like, "Oh, you should bring your boys." He's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna bring my boys," and that's how we started boxing. But my mom actually got me into wrestling. She made me and my brother go wrestle because she's from a small town, Harrisburg, South Dakota. And in Harrisburg, South Dakota, it's K through 12. Like the wrestling program is K through 12. And like sometimes in bigger cities, you have to join like a
club team or a youth program or something.
Yeah, like a youth program, but it was like with the school, so it was all together. But she had us do that, and I ended up liking it. And
yeah, well, you took second in the state your junior year. You lost to David Michaud. How'd you lose to that ugly guy? I mean, I love David. He's a good friend of mine, but
he did some tricky stuff.
What did he do?
Like we're all good, and I'm over it, but it did happen.
You don't seem very over it, by the way. But what did he do?
He used a fake inhaler.
Well, a fake inhaler? What is this, the WWE or something? Like how did that happen?
So I was about to get a takedown. He called timeout, injury time, to use an inhaler. But then after the match,
can I call him right now and ask him about this?
I'm sure he'll tell you the truth. But whatever. We were kids. It don't matter.
He used a fake inhaler? That is the funniest shit. I've never heard of a fake inhaler. That is the funniest shit I've ever heard in my life.
And it's even funnier because I have asthma. But he told me about it when we were on our way to the podium. I'm like, oh okay.
Wait, so what was hold on. I gotta get to the bottom of this. So what was the score of the match?
I think it was like 2-point match. He caught me in a
Hey, hold on, David Michaud. How's it going? Hey, so I got Devon Clark on the podcast. He says you guys wrestled and used a fake inhaler to win.
Yeah, in my senior year.
Why would you have a fake inhaler?
I mean, it was a real inhaler. I just didn't need it.
Oh.
I just ignored it for other things. I was gassing out. I was injured all year, so I knew I needed a break. I needed injury.
It was the first takedown of the match, and you were already gassing?
No, this is the last.
Like second period.
Oh, second period? So you're about to get taken down. You call a timeout for a fake inhaler, and they let this happen?
No. I didn't call a timeout. We was out of bounds. That's what I didn't stop the match. It was after we went out of bounds.
He saying he was about to get the takedown, and you called a fake inhaler while you're about to get taken down.
I'm going to have to find the match. No, I'm pretty sure there was already a stop, and I used the stop as
Devin, he says he was already out of bounds.
That might have happened. I don't know, but that's how I remembered it. Being a sore loser, that's how I remembered it.
Okay. All right. Well, we're going to have to find this match. We have to find the fake inhaler and then play it on the episode.
Make sure you tell him it's all good, though.
Oh, yeah. Devin says
he find it out of me.
Devin says it's all good, by the way.
I get it. We're cool. I like Devin a lot.
All right. He says he likes you a lot. All right. Take care, David. I'll talk to you soon.
Good talking to you, brother.
Bye. All right, cool. Anybody else you want to we could talk to about people that did you wrong? We'll just call everybody. Was there girlfriends? You have her number or any exes or anything? Or
No. My last ex was in high school, so.
Got it. Well, senior year, you went out and won the states.
Yep.
Then you went to the junior colleges, and you won the JCs twice, right? National champion?
Once. I got, what did I get, fourth my sophomore year in JUCOs, yeah.
Now, did you go D1 afterwards?
No, I actually, failed out of school pretty much, so.
Oh.
Yeah. Started working construction.
And then went right to fighting.
Yeah, I needed something to do, so, again, one of my dad's friend, his name was Sonny, he had a little amateur team in the back of a fitness gym, so I started going there, and we pretty much just spar every practice, but that's how I started. Yeah.
Nice. And you go to Jackson Winklejohn. Now, are you one of John Jones's training partners?
Yeah. Yep.
What was that like?
Amazing. Yeah, he's one of my mentors. I mean, who better to learn from? Obviously, we have completely different styles, and just stuff's different for us. But some of the mental stuff and just little stuff that you wouldn't even think of, I'm like, and the first couple times that I witnessed it, I'm like, this is different. Nobody thinks like that. It's just you're sitting there. What's that?
Like how? Like for example.
For the first time I watched film with him, we watch film, we get through a match or whatever, or a round. And I'm like, I'm taking notes or whatever. But then he rewinds it. Then he starts telling me how to take notes. Then he starts pointing out stuff that that wasn't even on my radar. And that's just just simple timing stuff. Look at this guy, when he puts his hand here, he likes to do that. He's done that 5 times. Just stuff that wasn't easy to catch, and him being the best, able to pick up on it. And it was super surreal just, the first few times just seeing that.
So he's like in the Matrix almost.
Oh yeah. It's, he's just worlds above mentally when it comes to that fighting.
Wow.
And
not at the gym anymore.
What's that? Yeah. Well, I'm moving gyms too. So I'm going to be,
Where are you going?
I'm going to be in Denver at Team Elevation. So
nice. All right. Well, that's a good change. It's a good change right there.
Yep.
I got some studs over there. Have you reached out to John after I know that recently that the video cam came out? Have you called him up, said, hey man, keep your head up? Or
no, I got to call him. I usually, when stuff happens, I usually wait a little while because I know his phone's probably been ringing and stuff like that. So, but yeah, I haven't called him yet, but I'll probably be calling him here today or tomorrow.
Were you there when he hit underneath the octagon?
I was not there.
You weren't there when USADA showed up, and they were like,
I think all that stuff was before I was.
Were you there when Diego Sanchez's coach showed up?
No, I wish I was. When Wing punched him?
Yeah, that whole crazy nonsense that's going on. You weren't there for that? Got it.
No, I heard about it, though. The day Diego left the gym, is that what you're talking about?
Well, just that crazy guru guy that was coaching him. And,
yeah, he came in. He was trying to show some technique, and then from what I heard, Wink showed him how that wouldn't work, and he got mad. And Diego thought he was embarrassing him, and so then Diego was done.
Winkle showed that, hey man, it's not gonna work if you put your hands down and your face up and start chanting or something that's.
Yeah, I think he punched him in the chest or something. Just showing him with the move. They were going through it, and he's did a pump fake or something, and Wink's yeah, that's why that doesn't really
punch the coach to the chest.
Yeah. I don't think it was super hard, but he proved him wrong is what happened.
Now, how good is Clarissa Shields?
She's good. I haven't boxed with her, but she's obviously GOAT.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's great, man. You want Team Elevation? They got some monsters. You're gonna be like Usman and everybody over there.
Like Curtis Blades and stuff like that. I don't know exactly who's on the team. I know Curtis is out there, and then a few other guys that I trained with. Because I went there for a week or whatever to kind of check it out, and I make decisions quickly. Met Vinny Lopez. He'll be in my corner, and then Cody Donovan. Met them. I'm like, this works.
That's amazing. Good.
I
Man.
know I know I can go there and grow. So
Your dad could just actually stay home and yell, and you'll probably still hear him.
yeah, I have.
Now, your last couple fights, it looked like you like loved that high kick, but you were showing it off too much. Like you were like, "Hey, look at my high kick." It was a beautiful high kick, but you were doing it like during the walkout. Like you would just be like,
Sure.
"Is that like a new toy? Like you get a new toy? You want to try it?"
No, it's not new at all. Actually, the last knockout that I've had, or like KO, was when I was in amateurs and I head kicked a dude with the left head kick.
Wow.
Almost killed him. Yeah, he was out for a minute, spent the night in the hospital and everything.
Yeah,
but no, I've had that kick for a long time, but it's hard to land with some of my wrestling setups and stuff like that. So I'm still figuring stuff out.
It's beautiful, man. I mean, it's beautiful. And I'm reading about you, man. You're like the best guy ever. You work with people that have Down syndrome.
I used to do more in the past, but yeah, it's one of my things, I suppose.
And then you're trying out for the Olympic bobsled team?
No, I mean that's just on a list. Like
you never actually
on a list over here.
Have you ever bobsledded? Have you ever actually bobsledded?
No, I just feel like I could do it. But and they said that when I was coming out, I think maybe for Anthony Smith fight. I'm like, that doesn't sound right, because I haven't had any contact with those people. It's like, it's kind of demeaning to their sport, I guess, that I think I'm just some fighter that can come in there and fucking bobsled. Like, I don't know if I can get in the damn sled. I don't know. What's that? I have a daughter, 8-year-old daughter.
8-year-old daughter?
Yeah.
Are you homeschooling her or regular school? What's going on?
Yeah, she's in regular school.
Nice.
Yep.
Does she play sports?
Yeah, she does jiu-jitsu, volleyball, gymnastics, and yeah, I think that's about it.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
For now, anyways. Yeah.
All right. So you're married. You live in South Dakota. One of the best fighters in the world. You're kicking ass. You got a beautiful wife, hot wife. I checked her out. No problem. Where did you guys meet?
High school.
Wow.
We're going on 15 years now.
This is the first girl you ever slept with. That's the only one.
No.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that.
Only
Okay.
Only three.
3 women. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So the first 2 were like, get them out of the way. They were starter chicks.
It was high school. I hate talking about it because it's like, that's weird because when they're a kid,
Right. Well, you were in high school too. I wouldn't think if you were not in high school, but you were also in high school. Yeah, that's true. Right. Nobody's thinking that you're a weird guy. All right. So you got this beautiful girl. You're faithful. You got a great career. Anything else you want to talk about?
I don't know. I mean, yeah, I'm just living, man.
You're killing it, man.
I have something interesting, I guess. Like a lot of people probably don't know that I'm a handyman. So I think like 2 or 3 years ago, I started my own handyman business. And you can use this as a joke if you want to. I know you're.
Go on.
I know this might haunt me, but yeah, I'm starting my own handyman business, kind of for a retirement plan for after I'm done fighting. So.
In like porno films or like what do you mean? Like in you're a handyman? So okay, so like I'm like, all right, so like people like
call you live in Vegas, so terminology is a little different, huh?
Right, of course. So people call you up and say, I got to fix my closet or my roof or my fence, and then do you outsource it or you do it yourself?
I do it myself. Yeah, because I used to work in construction a lot. I started doing manual labor when I was like 16, doing landscaping, then sod and irrigation, then roofing, and then after college I was just pretty much full blown construction. Then started working for like a custom home builder here in South Dakota, building beautiful, like big $1 million houses and stuff like that. So I was able to learn a lot. And I love doing it. So it's a passion of mine. So I like doing it. I can help people a little bit, You
can do it forever. You can do it forever. Yeah. Well, listen, Devon, man, you're a great man. And thank you for being on the show. Thanks for following me on Instagram and laughing at my jokes. So I will talk to you soon.
Easy on the John Jones jokes.
I know. I feel honestly, after watching that video, I was like, oh God, like I feel I feel terrible, man. Like that
Yeah,
video.
that was like an old video, and I was so confused when it came out. Like, why are they? Obviously it's for kids, but,
yeah, why are we putting this out now? But also, I think that him seeing that's probably a good thing, because he never wants to go back to that.
Yeah, for sure. I know he doesn't want to go back to that. I mean,
but watching him cry, and like you're sitting there, this guy's the best champ in the world, like the best of all time, and him crying. It's like, dude, I don't know what drugs he was on or alcohol, but just stop, just fucking.
Well, it is what it is. Like, I'm not gonna talk too much on it, but like, it is what it is. A lot of us have been in that situation. Like shit happens, and it just sucks that it's, I mean, he is the superstar that he is. So obviously, that comes with a price. Is like you're going to be filmed and stuff like that, and held to a higher standard by people that have lower standards. But like I'm hoping people can kind of just let it go, and then he can get better and
yeah. Well, everyone loves to come back, and the dude's obviously a champ for a reason.
Yeah.
I would like to see him succeed. Honestly,
Oh, absolutely.
I'd like to see him succeed and fuck up enough where I can make jokes about him, but they're funny kind of joke. Yeah. I don't want to see a guy like that. It's like you don't jokes. Yeah, somebody fucks up a little bit, it's funny. It's like, okay, we all fuck up. But when you see somebody like just crying for help, you just like, come on, man. Like, because it didn't have to be like that. It doesn't have to be like that. The dude is so talented, and it seems like he's a good person on the inside.
He is a good person.
A lot of demons,
I mean, I've seen the good and bad, and the good definitely outweighs the bad. And like I said, I've got plenty of friends that make the same mistakes, and just, it ends differently.
Mommy's upstairs. My kid's butt naked. All right, listen. I have a little 3-year-old. Say hi, Devin. Okay. Oh, well, listen.
Talking to naked white kids? Come on.
Sorry. Oh, but naked black kids would be okay? All right, listen. Why did I got to be naked? Why did we have to put race into this? By the way, you're half black, right? Your mom's white?
Yeah, because I can literally say anything.
Yeah, true. Your mom's white, dad's black, and your dad's. Okay. All right. So your mom, and then your wife is white.
Yeah.
So you're both so like we have and my wife is white. So your kid's probably a quarter.
She's white.
Yeah, she's black.
A quarter, but she looks white. You wouldn't be able to tell. Yeah.
All right. That's awesome. Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, listen. You got a beautiful family. So,
thank you. I appreciate it.
It's so funny. The other day, my wife, my daughter was like, she doesn't want to wear black colors. She's like, I don't want to wear black pants. I'm like, no, black is beautiful. Like your best friend Ozelle's black. She's beautiful. She goes, she's not black. She's brown. And I was like, that's true. Like, all right. I guess we got to get brown pants. I didn't know how to. So
See, kids, they see shit how it is. You know? And I've done that too, like, or about my dad being black, and we talk about it openly. But my daughter's like, no, he's brown. Like, you got a point, but he's black. I'm black. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even know how to. I was like, all right, okay. Yeah, my daughter.
I think the race is the thing that should be talked about openly, because kids are gonna hear it no matter what. So you might as well, we open it up to them. So.
Right. No, my daughter's mom. She asked me. She goes, "Why are some people black?" I'm like, well, everyone comes different colors, but we're all the same on the inside. Angry. So I was like,
yeah, angry because of what color we are. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But listen, man. Yes. Yeah, people are white, people are black, and some people are all different colors.
Brown.
You learn about it in school. That's great. Okay, listen. Nothing like indoctrinating.
You're welcome for that. Yeah.
I'd rather have learning anything is good, right? Anyway, listen, Devin, you're the best. I'm always gonna root for you, man. And thanks for coming on the podcast.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Well, that is our show. Make sure you guys Tell everyone about the podcast. Subscribe to my YouTube page, Spotify, SoundCloud, everywhere. Follow me at MMA Roasted or at Adam Comedian on Instagram, also on Twitter. And go to Adam Hunter Comedy for my full schedule of where I'm at. Thank you guys so much. Take care.